Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're going to go over my own design on a external detachable tool cupboard. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I answer all the ones that I see. Getting into it, this is what it looks like. We have our external TC in a triangle. From that triangle, we have these two floor frames attached to this area. Going this direction will be our main base. So, you know, our 2x2 or whatever, our main base would be over here. Currently, this is in a unattached state, whereas all the foundations coming this way are all connected to this TC. To disconnect it, we break this twig floor, which breaks this floor frame connected to it. So now all of this stuff is disconnected from the external TC. The way we seal it again, or connect it again, build a floor inside, now gives enough stability to do our floor frame, and this is now reconnected. External TCs, you put around your base. So when someone raids your main base and breaks your main TC, these external TCs now extend their build privilege over that area. So raiders can't place a new TC in your main base and take your base over. So really, these external TCs are used as a way for anti-griefing. So it stops people that raided your base from taking over your base. So you can log on the next day. What you need to do when you log on, though, is replace your main TC. And the way we do that is we disconnect all of our external TCs. So with this design, our external TC is easily disconnectable just by breaking this. When you've broken all the external TCs, you can now replace your inner TC, your main one. Getting into how to build this. We start with coming out from our main base. Let's assume our main base is a 2x2. So this is our main base. If we're coming out, I like to go 2 squares out, but it's kind of up to you. We'll put a TC here so you can see. I go 6 squares in total, and then do my triangle. This is all dependent on your base. You can do these any way you want. I like to make my external TCs have auto turrets in them, and I'll show you how that works in a second. So if we break this square, like this 2x2 is attached to that TC, and we have to go far enough away that our build privilege in the bottom right drops off. You can see it drops off right about here. So then I use the triangle past that. What you want to do is place a triangle floor frame in the middle of this. Like this. We can place our new TC in the middle. We now put a window frame on front. So at this point, you can block it off with a glass window. You could use an armored window. If you don't know, on top of those, you can actually place an embrasure as well. That's pretty much the TC. If you want, you can make the TC a little bit more secure by doing an extra triangle. You can make this sheet metal. We can throw the TC one back further instead. We can put a second window on here. Like this. So now we have 2 windows getting to TC, and TC is now surrounded by metal. So raiding your external TC is now a lot more expensive and probably not worth. And just like before, we can throw windows on here. But doing it this way, it lets raiders see your TC and know that there's nothing in there. There's no boxes, there's no kits. So somebody sees this, they know they're just raiding that TC, and chances are they're just not going to raid it, because at this point it's not worth it all. So once we have this built, we break these 2 foundations, throw a window on here with walls. This is how it looks now. So you'll notice when we build the floor frame, this one sticks because it has enough stability. This one will not build because there's no stability. The way we give this stability is we build the half wall with the floor. You can do a floor, or you can do a floor frame. Either one's fine. Just whatever you feel like doing. We don't upgrade this. That stays twig, so we can disconnect it. Now let's build our floor. Throw our window on here. And now it's connected. So our TC is now connected to these foundations. which are running all the way essentially up to our base. One thing you'll want to do is probably build a triangle here. I like to build a door. Hang on, I'm one ahead of where I should be. So normally what I do in these is I'll put another window here. You'll notice the twig is sticking out. You can actually break this twig even though the window's on it. So a way to stop or mitigate that is to build a triangle and upgrade it. This triangle is now fully supported by this twig wall inside. So if you need to break it, you pull the window off, break that, this stone will break as well. Now from here, I generally do a double door and I'll put an auto turret facing my base. Like this. And then you can build these out towards your main base as much as you want. Well, what these do is just extend your build area way past your base, essentially. You want to get your external TCs as close to your main base as you can. Not just towards it, but also up. If you have like a taller base, like 5, 6, 8 stories, you then want to build up. And you want to build up with things that can't be soft-sided, right? So these door frames can't be soft-sided. Along with these floor frames, they also can't be soft-sided. When you're building up to extend your build area up, you want to use unsoft-sidable things. So now that this is done, we can see this TC. If we break this TC, like raiders come into your main base, they break the TC. They're now building blocked by our external TC, right? The raiders raided your base. They now can't place their new TC. You log on the next day and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been raided. So we pop this off, we break this twig, which disconnects this. You can also see it disconnected our this stone triangle. Now we can place our TC, replace it. So we now have kept our main base because of our detachable external TC. When you need to rebuild after that, you can build on the outside here. Like this, rebuild this. And throw the window back up. And you're ready to start farming again. So this is the idea. I've also discovered that because we're using these floor frames here, we can run these through stone walls. So if you do like to compound, I would recommend doing it like this. This is our TC in our triangle, just like before, with the frame around it and stuff. But because we've put the triangle here, we can actually run these stone walls around it to block it off. So they can't really raid it from the outside. They'll have to come to the inside here. Get these pretty much as close as you want to. You'll always be able to replace this glass and pull it off through the stone walls. They don't eye collision. So you can actually do these all the way around your base if you want to compound it. It works like that, similar. This is the same idea then, you know. Pop this off, we break this. It's now disconnected, but it's okay. You just reconnect if you need to. So remember to like and subscribe. I'm live on Twitch pretty much every day. Twitch TV/Jewer. Thanks so much for taking the time watching the video. Leave comments, questions, and down below, and I'll see you guys soon.